It all started with a simple yet powerful idea. In the mid-1990s, the internet was a new frontier, a digital Wild West. Jeff Bezos, then a sharp analytical mind at a Wall Street hedge fund, saw its potential. He noticed that internet usage was growing at an astonishing rate of 2,300% per year. This wasn't just a trend, it was a revolution in the making. He drew up a list of 20 potential products to sell online, from software to clothing. Books with their millions of distinct titles and uniform shape rose to the top. They were the perfect commodity to launch an online retail experiment, a low-risk entry point into a high-potential market. The decision was made. Bezos left his lucrative job, packed his life into a car, and drove across the country to Seattle. This cross-country journey was more than just a move. It was a pilgrimage toward a new kind of commerce. In a rented Bellevue house, he and a small team set up shop in the garage. The first desks were famously made from cheap doors bought at Home Depot, a symbol of the frugality and resourcefulness that would define Amazon's early culture. The company, initially named Cadabra, was soon renamed Amazon after the world's largest river. The name represented scale, ambition, and a relentless flow, a vision of what the company could become. The initial days were a whirlwind of coding, packing, and shipping. The company's first website went live in July 1995. A bell was installed in the office to ring every time an order came through. In the beginning, the rings were infrequent, a small celebration each time. But soon, the bell was ringing so often, they had to turn it off. Bezos and his small team would get on their hands and knees to pack books into boxes, then drive them to the post office themselves. This hands-on approach embedded a deep understanding of the customer experience and the logistical challenges of e-commerce into the company's DNA from day one. Amazon's early success was not guaranteed. It was a risky bet in a world where most people had never bought anything online. Investors were skeptical and traditional booksellers dismissed it as a novelty. But Bezos possessed a long-term vision that few could comprehend. He was not just building a bookstore, he was building an everything store. He understood that by focusing obsessively on the customer, offering vast selection, low prices and convenience, he could create a gravitational pull. This customer-centric philosophy, established in that humble garage, would become the foundational pillar upon which the entire Amazon empire was built, one book at a time. As Amazon outgrew its garage, its growth strategy crystallized into what Bezos famously sketched on a napkin, the virtuous cycle or flywheel. The concept was elegant in its simplicity. Lower prices would attract more customers. More customers would increase sales volume, which in turn would attract more third-party sellers to the platform. A larger marketplace would lead to greater efficiency and lower cost structures, allowing Amazon to lower its prices even further. This self-reinforcing loop began to spin, slowly at first, but with increasing momentum. Every new customer, every new seller, and every new product category added energy to the flywheel, making it an unstoppable force in retail. The expansion was relentless and methodical. After mastering books, Amazon moved into music and DVDs. Then came electronics, toys, and kitchenware. Each new category was a deliberate conquest, a new territory claimed in the digital landscape. The company's warehouses, which started as simple storage spaces, evolved into sophisticated fulfillment centers. These massive, sprawling facilities were the physical manifestation of Amazon's digital ambition. They were designed for speed and efficiency, strategically placed across the country to reduce shipping times. The goal was to shrink the distance and time between a customer's click and the package arriving at their door, turning online shopping from a novelty into a routine. This rapid expansion was fueled by a willingness to operate on razor-thin profit margins, a strategy that baffled Wall Street for years. Bezos consistently chose to reinvest earnings back into the business, into building more warehouses, developing new technologies, and lowering prices, rather than posting big quarterly profits. He was playing the long game. This approach allowed Amazon to undercut competitors and aggressively capture market share. While others focused on short-term gains, Amazon was building the infrastructure for a permanent retail dynasty. The company was not just selling products, it was building the pipes through which modern commerce would flow. The result of this strategy was a dramatic transformation of the retail industry. Brick-and-mortar stores, once the titans of commerce, began to struggle. They couldn't compete with Amazon's endless selection or its increasingly competitive prices. The Amazon effect became a common term to describe the disruption of traditional retail. The company's growth wasn't just about selling things online. It was about fundamentally changing how people shopped, what they expected from a retailer, and the very economics of the industry itself. The flywheel was no longer just spinning. It was reshaping the entire commercial world around it. In 2005, Amazon unveiled a service that would cement its relationship with millions of customers, Amazon Prime. For an annual fee of $79, members were offered unlimited 2-day shipping on eligible items. At the time, it was a radical and costly gamble. Shipping was one of the company's biggest expenses, and giving it away for a flat fee seemed financially reckless. Many analysts predicted it would fail, sinking the company under a mountain of logistics costs. But Bezos saw it differently. He understood that Prime was not a shipping program, it was a loyalty program designed to change customer behavior on a fundamental level. The impact was immediate and profound. Prime members, having already paid for shipping, felt compelled to get their money's worth. They began to buy more items, more frequently from Amazon. The platform became their first and often only stop for online shopping. The friction of paying for shipping on each individual order was removed, making purchasing as easy as a single click. Prime transformed customers from occasional buyers into dedicated subscribers. It created a powerful psychological lock-in, making it harder for competitors to lure them away. The service systematically trained a generation of consumers to expect fast, free delivery as the standard, not the exception. Behind the magic of 2-day and eventually 1-day and same-day delivery lies a technological marvel. Amazon's robotic fulfillment centers. These are not mere warehouses, they are highly automated ecosystems where humans and robots work in concert. Fleets of squat orange Kiva robots glide across the floor, lifting and moving entire shelves of products to human pickers. This system drastically reduces the time it takes to find and retrieve an item, enabling the incredible speed that Prime promises. Sophisticated algorithms dictate every movement, optimizing the placement of every product and the path of every robot to maximize efficiency and get packages out the door faster. The Prime ecosystem soon expanded far beyond just shipping. Amazon began bundling other services into the membership, creating even more value and deeper integration into customers' lives. Prime Video offered a vast library of movies and TV shows, competing directly with Netflix. Prime Music provided access to millions of songs, challenging Spotify and Apple Music. Services like Prime Reading and Twitch Prime were added, turning the membership into an all-encompassing digital subscription. Each new feature was another thread weaving Amazon more tightly into the fabric of daily life, making the annual fee feel not just reasonable, but indispensable. Just as Amazon was solidifying its dominance in e-commerce, it quietly launched a new venture that would become its most profitable division, Amazon Web Services or AWS. Born from the company's own internal need to manage its massive, complex IT infrastructure, AWS offered computing power, data storage, and other services to businesses over the internet. In 2006, this cloud computing concept was revolutionary. Instead of buying and managing their own expensive servers, companies could now rent computing resources from Amazon on a pay-as-you-go basis. It was a brilliant move, turning one of the company's biggest costs into a massive new revenue stream. The success of AWS was staggering. It quickly became the backbone of the modern internet. Countless startups, major corporations, and even government agencies like the CIA built their digital operations on AWS. Companies like Netflix, Airbnb, and Reddit rely on its servers to power their services. AWS provided the infrastructure that fueled the app economy and the rise of a new generation of digital native businesses. It became Amazon's financial engine, a high-margin powerhouse whose profits subsidized the company's ambitious, low-margin retail expansion and funded its ventures into new frontiers like artificial intelligence and hardware. Today, in 2026, Amazon's influence is global, and its financial power is immense. The company has transcended its origins as an online bookstore to become a true everything store and so much more. It's a logistics titan with its own fleet of cargo planes, trucks, and delivery vans. It's a Hollywood studio, a grocery chain, and a leader in artificial intelligence through its Alexa voice assistant. Jeff Bezos' relentless, customer-obsessed, long-term vision has created a corporate empire with a market capitalization that rivals the GDP of many countries, making him one of the wealthiest and most influential figures in modern history. Bezos' legacy is complex and will be debated for decades. He is both hailed as a visionary innovator who revolutionized multiple industries and criticized for the immense power his company wields over the economy and its workforce. Yet there is no denying the scale of his achievement. From a garage in Seattle, he built a global infrastructure that has fundamentally changed the way we live, work, and consume. The story of Amazon is a testament to the power of a single bold idea, pursued with unwavering focus and a willingness to think differently. It serves as a powerful, and at times cautionary tale of ambition, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of growth in the digital age.